Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. If you're just joining me, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depending, maybe see when I have video. Depending on the time you make this video, I greet you all. Blessings, social blessings. I've resumed my teaching. I've resumed. So let's get down with this topic: family causes and reincarnation. Family causes and reincarnation. I joined the two topics together because I want to explain something with those two topics. They work hand in hand: family causes and reincarnation. Before I continue my video, I'd like to call out my phone numbers. My phone number is 070 305 70506. I'll go again: 070 305 70506. When we talk about family causes, so many families are under a curse. So many people, things are happening in your family, but you don't know the reason why it is happening. Causes are real. You might think that causes are not real, but causes, they are as real as day and night. There are people that in their family, maybe after they are set, nobody has given birth to a child in that family. Both male and female, nobody is having a child. Because maybe someone has placed a curse on them. Remember, I'm talking about causes. Other things can cause inability to have a child in their family, apart from family causes. But because I'm focusing on causes, I'm going to just be talking about causes related issues. There are some families in their family, in their place, they are not able to accumulate wealth. Even if they go to do ogwego in any form, it's not going to work because they are under a curse that they are under a curse, so they won't be able to get anything. No matter how hard they try, they will not see wealth because their family is under a curse not to get wealth. There are some family opium, as in serious poverty. It cannot leave that lineage because they are under a curse. There are some family, in that family, they have generational blindness. You don't know what happened. Some families, they have children, all their children are useless. All their children are useless. None of them, greetings to you, Chukwu Augustina. None of them is getting up. Everybody will be at a spot. None of them will get up because they are under a curse. Some families is about marriages breaking up and all that. As in, no marriage can sit on it. Some families, they'll be having children, but the children will be dying. Causes. Family causes. Now, there are two ways, or there are many ways. Let me not say two ways. There are many ways families can come under a curse. Either from someone they've offended, either from someone that they've offended, or from something they've refused to acknowledge. Greetings, Army Divinity. Or something they did. If you have that is why, that is repercussions for their actions. That is why when some certain things are happening, And when you look at it and you see that that thing, that's whatever, it stand by the truth. A golden soge, so that you won't be a part of it. When the repercussions, when the reward starts coming, you won't repeat with them. And when you're counting out certain people from your life, I'll give you an instance. Okay, now there is a lady. I've told this story before. This lady could not have a child. She couldn't have a child. And when consultation was done, it happened that the reason she couldn't have a child, thank you, Lilian Ayogo. The reason she couldn't have a child was because when she was in secondary school, anytime she gives birth to a child, her child will just die. Anytime she gives birth to a child, her child will just die for nothing. No explanation. She couldn't even, when she was in secondary school, she was preparing a egusi outside. She was selecting a egusi, melon seeds outside. Okuko chiomo, a fowl with its chicks, went to the egusi, scattered it. Instead of her to just chase them away or do something, she went ahead to open the ground, took all the chicks, put them in there and covered it. And the earth recorded it for her. For doing this, you shall not experience the joy of having your own child. You will continue mourning your children. Okuko, the okuko, nona akwa, nebe, and she was bearing. So it came back to her. She couldn't have her own child just because of that singular act. And she had to do it while appeasing. Because when I tell you that everything has energy, appeasing the fowl. That is why in Igbo land, I don't know about other places, if other people observe it, but you cannot kill an animal that is pregnant. You cannot. Because you can't keep and you can't kill an animal that is pregnant until he puts to bed. And if a pregnant woman dies, I don't know about other places, so in Igbo land, if a pregnant woman dies, they bring out the child from her stomach and bury them separately. And if a pregnant animal dies, the same thing happens. Bring out the babies from inside the tummy and bury them separately, and the mother separately. That is the way it is done. Now, there are people that in their family, they can't have wealth because people from the past, they had so much wealth and they were using it to intimidate and oppress people. And curses were laid on them that their generations shall suffer more than those they are oppressing. Their generation will suffer more than those they are oppressing, for the fact that they had that opportunity to have little wealth and they use it to oppress others. For that, they shall not know any breakthrough. They shall not know any progress in their family. When you see people from such families, they will do and do and do and do the same thing other people are doing. They will not see anything. It will all be bad luck because no if so hey so. Even if, and when you try to help them, such people will drag you down. You try to help them, such people can drag down your business. Did you ever see, oh, you're trying to help this person. Such a person can bring in bad luck into your life. You will now follow the person to be serving the punishments. Now, there are families that the reason they don't have children is because maybe they did something. Like there was a family I went to do cleansing in their home. This family, they buried a pregnant woman alive inside their compound. That pregnant woman they buried is actually A slave that they bought. But when I look at all these things, why should a fellow human being be a slave? Who told you this person can be a slave and this person is that and this person is that? Like, was anybody born with chains? I don't follow they do that kind of tradition, no, because for me, no human being was born with chains. Victims of war turn them to slaves. And then their generation after generation, you continue calling them slaves. So, this woman was buried alive. And she continued screaming. They were having children thinking they were okay. Continue screaming until this present generation, when they get pregnant, they will miscarry. At 3 months, that was the time of her pregnancy when they buried her. 3 months they will miscarry. 3 months they will miscarry. 3 months they will miscarry. And the land was very hot. And in it walk. And once any of them, both the men know when they marry wives, their wife gets pregnant, 3 months, the woman will miscarry. Their daughters marry out. Once they get pregnant, 3 months, they will miscarry. If you like, go to any church, be shouting Holy Ghost fire, blood of Jesus, you must have your child. You are a Sarah, Abi, you are okay. Where are all those names of all those women? You are a Sarah, you are a Rachel. Nothing will happen. Because balance must take its course. Balance. And there are generations of unsettled scores. You see certain families and there is unrest. When you check, you see that something happened in the past and it wasn't resolved. And it's rising up again. There is no peace in this family. And it's as a result of something that was done in the past. And when all those people that were involved then comes back to start again, they continue from where they stopped. It will start again until it is treated from the grassroots. There will be no peace. Family curses. So many people are under family curses, but they don't know. That is why you do so many spiritual work. If you are not working on that cause of the problem, you're wasting your time. Someone that is under a family curse that you can't have wealth, you can't create wealth. Someone that is under such a curse, and you go to buy favor, business booster, crowd puller for your business, buy this one, buy that one. You go thank you, go thank also. You buy this soap, buy that one, that one. It's not going to work. It's like somebody that is having malaria. You will now be taking flagyl. It will not work now. Because flagyl and have malaria. It's like someone that is having eye problem. And then you will now be taking paracetamol. It's not going to work. Because paracetamol is not meant to treat eye problem. Until you use the right approach on that problem, that is when you solve it. How do you find out if you are having such issues? Is by conducting family AFA. Family AFA to check, to check whether you fall under such thing. And do you know that someone you cursed in the past can also come to you? That is why if you're cursing someone or doing something with somebody, and they offend you so much to the point you curse them, when you're cutting out from them and you say you don't want to do anything with them again, still go ahead to say, even in my next life, I don't want to see you. Don't come to me, I will not come to you. That way you sever those ties. Otherwise, you feel curse person. Maybe you curse someone and tell them you remain a fool even in your next life. Maybe the person did something so painful to you. Maybe in your next life, he will come back to you as a child, and that child will be so useless to you. And you'll be wondering, what is wrong? What is wrong? The only thing, that one is even worse, that can reveal such a thing for the child is maybe past life reading. Very deep reading. Someone that knows to even find out why certain things are happening. Because you've placed it that way. That is why it is good. Anything you're doing with anybody, whatever it is you're doing with anybody, try to maintain equity and fairness. Equity and justice. Justice and fairness. Ofonogu. Why obekani nenaso? Ofonogu. Very important. Ofonogu. So that you don't bring something you don't know upon yourself. If you're not able to do, don't put yourself in the middle. Don't put yourself in a position where you bring something you don't know upon yourself. If you're not amaro. There are cases of women who maltreated children in the past. When they come back, they would, as in the ajo banje, they will use ajo banje to torment them. They'll be giving birth to children. Once the children turn 5 years, or 6 years, or 3 years, as in once you think you have arrived, they'll just die off. They'll come back again. They'll be laughing. Kambia kwazo, let me come again. They'll be laughing at you. And they're enjoying that kind of wickedness. They'll come. And look at this one. She thinks she has a child. Over you, I'm going to torment this woman for what she did. I need to serve her punishment. For maltreating so child, so time. Or for doing this to me. Some of them may be even the same children you maltreated in the past. For doing so thing to me. During so time, I'm going to do this to her. I'm going to her to torment her. You get pregnant, and then this child comes in. You'll be so happy. Do all the parts in this world. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Some of them, they will even ignore you. When they reach like 23 years, 25 years after graduating from school, and most of them are very brilliant. Some might even become like very good doctors, as in well-known and sought after, or lawyers, or teachers, or this or that. That time you think you are going to reap the fruit of your labor, they will just die off. People that don't know will say, village people. It's not village people. That pain, that child came to cause that pain. Because of the pain you must have caused in the past, or something happened between you two. That is the part of reincarnation. And sometimes you can see maybe a child rising in a family to correct something that was done to him or her in the past. You'll be wondering, why is this child doing this? And some people went in a GJ. Greetings, Okeke Chika, Zuli Abubakar. Some people when when they see a child with a bright star coming to change things, they try to change the destiny of that child. They try to kill that child. They try to do so many things to stop that child. You see, light bearers, light bringers, their journey into this world is always complicated because a whole lot of people do not want them to be here. Because when they come, things are going to change. If you are Abawi. When they come, things are definitely going to change. That's why we need to start paying attention and start living consciously. Greetings, Jereva Diamond. We need to start living consciously. There are some people, the person you are married to is your enemy from the past. That is why the two of you cannot see eye to eye. In the beginning, it was so sweet, though. Their spirits was trying to trap you so they can show you Shege Banza. They first show you Shege, then they will add Banza on top. With Tatashi and Shombo, so that you will feel the hits. You're laughing. So you will feel the hits very well. You will not say the hot well. You will come and go to talk. No, whatever. On the other side. The other side. At the entrance. Try another distance. Oh, great. Thanks, baby. You'll be wondering, when we started, it was not like this, so it's not in all cases, so in some cases. Some people are just naturally wicked. But then there are people that are your enemies from your past. Maybe you did something to them, say, I will come back to you as partners so I can deal with you. They'll be treating you fine, doing everything for you, and then you fall in love. Oh my goodness. Everything go about talk, very cheap. You will not calm down to enjoy the love, and then the shege will start. You shege Pro Max, shege Pro, and then shege Pro Max. And then you'll be wondering what is going on until their spirit has calmed down, until their spirit is appeased. You're not going to know peace. Some of you give birth to your enemies. That is why some mothers hate their children. Or some fathers hate their children. Some of you give birth to your enemies. Give birth to your enemies, and they are going to deal with you. Or you will deal with them without knowing why you're dealing with them. That is why in this current lifetime you are, if you must make an enemy out of somebody, make sure you cut off completely. See ya. Don't come to me as a child. Don't come to me as a husband. Don't come to me as a wife. Don't come to me as a friend. Don't come to me as a neighbor. Let me tell you something. If in matter, what you don't know is that all the people you know currently, you've been with them sometime in the past. All the people you're meeting currently, you've known them sometime. You've had an encounter with them in the past. And you are all meeting again for that encounter to be corrected. But only if they are open enough to correct that impression they created the first time. Because at the end of the day, all the universe is looking for is how to balance out things. The one you can separate yourself from, you separate yourself from. Now, sometimes you find out that there's a family curse, and you meet your family members. See, I went to ask questions, and this is my finding. If I can chop potalo, they said we are supposed to do this, we are supposed to do that, and they will tell you no, they are not interested, and that they have given their life. All things have passed away, all things have become new. All things cannot pass away, and all things cannot become new, because balance must be restored. If you don't restore balance, there's nothing like all things have passed away. What do? If you are doing the work, you nail it. This is the reason why you're doing it. So person, please, you are exempting yourself from this. You are appealing and appeasing this person or whatever it is, that you shall not partake in the suffering. Let this person calm down where you are. Let me give you an instance. Maybe my mother and your mother is fighting, and the two families decide, okay, they are now enemies. I can come to you and say, hey, please, I'm not fighting with you people. I don't know why you're fighting with my mother. I know I'm not part of it. I'm not in support of it. So please, forgive me if you feel I offended you. Well, please, I don't want to be a part of this. I'm speaking on behalf of myself. Let me and my own generation be counted out. Counted off. When you're doing the work, you do it that way. You count yourself off the entanglements and start balancing out your own side. That is what you do in such case, because they cannot hold you down with their own nonsense. They can't hold you down with it. So you at the end of the day, you still need to move on with your own life. The universe recognizes that. So let's start paying attention. Let's start paying attention. Family causes can do a lot, and it is hardly detected, especially by people that choose to be ignorant. They don't want to do anything about it. There are some people that their own cause, maybe it's not family cause, their own cause, okay, it can also come from family. Somehow, whenever something good is coming to them, somebody will take it away from them. Christiana Nicholas, greetings. Stand away, greetings. Somebody will take it away from them. When you check in the past, something good was coming to somebody and they took it away. And that person cried and said, for doing this to me, whenever something good is coming to you, somebody will take it away. There are some people that their problem, anywhere they are, they will keep on receiving false allegation, false accusation on top of their head. Every time, false accusation. Every time, false accusation. Such people, when you check, they accuse someone falsely in the past, and the person said, all your life, you and your generation shall always be accused falsely. Always false accusation. So you need to look into patterns. Check patterns in your life. Check certain patterns, and then you ask questions about it. Greetings, Okoro Samuel. Check patterns in your life, and then you ask questions about it. Because patterns can make or mar you. But there are also people, while I talk about family causes, I also talk about family blessings. There are people that their blessings, the kind of blessings they get from the past. You are here. Whenever something good wants to happen, it's always them. You'll be thinking it's juju. It's not juju. It's reward from things in the past. There are people you do something for, they will tell you, your life after life. In fact, all your life, that favor shall always find you. You will not beg for help and it will find you. There are people that they will be like this. The moment they start lacking money, somebody from nowhere will just give them money. The moment they are close to lack, that is generational blessings. Same way you have generational curse, you have generational blessings. Somebody out of nowhere will come and fix the bill for them. And they are wondering how. Oh, you're reaping your good work. Enjoy. There are some people, generational wealth, no matter what you do, they can't go poor again. Because their ancestors or those before them, or in their past life, they worked really hard for it. And they are back, maybe because of one or two mistakes, but they will still reap those good returns of the good work they did in the past. They don't find life so difficult. There are people that don't have to work to feed. People naturally want to give to them. Or hanazuha. They don't have to work hard to feed. It's just all you fed the hana karaka. It's about generational blessing or family blessing and reincarnation. This thing you did for me. There are people that once you maybe in their village, when they call their great grandfather's name or great grandmother's name, doors will open. That is also a form of generational blessings. Why there are people when they call their great grandmother's or great grandfather's name, doors will close on them. This person, no. If it is this person, I will rather tear it and scatter it or feed it to the dogs. So while there is reward for good behavior, there is also reward for bad behavior. The truth is that an Igbo artist once sang a song. Omemma meruwe ya, omenjọ meruwe ya. Gị mere nke ahụ ka ị ga na-arụgwọ ya n'ụwa. Whatever you do, you're doing to yourself. Anything you're doing in this world you are in, because somehow to always come back to you, to come back to your doorstep. Whatever you do to always come back to you. So when you're doing evil, when you're doing good, to come back to you. If not in this lifetime, in the next. There are sometimes you say, oh, wicked people, they will get their reward. Some people you see in the streets are suffering since they were born. It's because of things they did in the past. When you do a constitution, you'll be shocked. You will be shocked. Or you've not seen children born with gunshot injuries, knife injuries. You've not seen it. Who shot them inside their mother's stomach? Some people, their incarnation is so strong that they replicate everything they were with in the last lifetime, and they bring it back because they want to remember. Because they don't want to forget. Some people come back here with past life aggression and trauma and everything. So by the end of the day, just know that whatever you're doing to yourself. If this saying, an old farmer, he buys good corn. He buys good corn, very good species of corn. What he does is that every time he will take some corn, he will throw it inside his neighbor's farm. And also, as he's spraying in his farm, he's also spraying in his neighbor's farm. When he was asked, he said that sometimes birds also carry corn from the neighbor's farm and bring to his farm. That he wants when the bird brings in the corn, let it be a good species, so it doesn't corrupt the one he has in there. So what you are doing, if you're doing good, you're doing for yourself. You're doing bad, and you're doing for yourself. And everything that happens for a reason. Just know that. There are two stories about coincidences, not coincidences, or should I call it coincidence? Where you go? Yes, coincidence. They need two incidents have to come together for the other one not to happen. So this man went hunting with the friend, and when he fired the shot, I don't know how it happened, but the thing bounced off on his finger. I don't know, or the friend shot the toe, and what the friend told him, you know what, it could have been worse. That don't worry, it's for good. I don't know. I will shout to. How can I have injury? You're telling me the injury is for good. So one day he went hunting alone, and some group of people caught him. They said they were going to use him for sacrifice. So at the point where they were going to kill him to use him for the sacrifice, they found out that he was missing a finger. Either a finger or a toe. I chop it on one of the finger, one of the toe is not available. And they said no, they cannot use something that is no hole. They cannot use someone that is no hole for sacrifice. And they released him. So imagine he did not lose a finger or a toe. That would have been the end. Imagine he did not miss a finger or a toe. So the person that told him it was for good was still correct. So everything that happens, whenever things are happening to you, sometimes is to usher in, is to save you from something. Sometimes you are traveling and you are being delayed and you don't know why. And you come and there's an accident, you could have run into it. I've told this story before, I will still tell it again. The woman that is always telling the neighbors and the friends and everyone that cares to listen, whenever something happens, they will say it could have been worse. Instead of just saying sorry and moving on, what this woman does is whenever something happens to you, say ask, it could have been worse. So the neighbor was angry. The neighbor was angry because something happened to her. I can't remember that part of the story, but something happened to the neighbor, and instead of this woman to say sorry and just move on, he said, it could have been worse. So this woman was going out, and he called the neighbor, gave her food for her children, and told her that she won't be back in time. So Yabiko, when my children are back, help me give them this food, so they can stay in your house until I'm back. I'll pick them up. The neighbor agreed. Good time. Say, okay, let's see how you will fare. This woman left, and the neighbor poisoned the children's food. Poisoned it. When the children came back from school, she gave them the food. And before they were about to eat, the older child continued telling the younger child to go and wash. Gave them water with glass cup. Was telling the younger child to go and wash his hands. He went there, came back quickly, and he was like, you didn't wash your hands. Just no, you're back. They were fighting when they pushed the glass down and stepped on it, and he cut the child's toe. They were in the hospital when the woman came back, and the neighbor told her, other people told her, see your child, she came to the neighbor was telling her, see all she could still say was, it could have been worse. Greetings to you, Ogechuku. It could have been worse. So imagine they were not fighting over washing of hands. These children will download the food and they will be dead. So when they left, the dog now ate the food. The dog died. And the woman was confessing to it. It really would have been worse. 2 children would have been lying dead. So when things happen, now these children will be angry. The older child will be angry at the young. Look at food he would have eaten. And because you couldn't wash your hand properly, they didn't eat the food. But now he had to stay hungry so that his life can be spared. And the spirits used the brother that couldn't wash his hands well. Sequence of events to stop something more, a higher evil from happening. A lesser evil happening to stop a higher evil. That's why when some people complain, I don't know why everything is like this for me. I don't know why everything. Do you know the battle that your chief fights for you? Do you know the battle behind? Do you know? Emaro. If half of those battles is given to you to fight, it will swallow you. I promise you. The hidden battles that they fight for us, if you're asked to, it's going to swallow you. So let's learn gratitude too. And also, if you observe unusual patterns in your life or in your family, check, it started from somewhere. Check, it started from somewhere. And the least you can do is to exempt yourself. If others are not ready, you exempt yourself. Or if you are and people that will come after you. Because tomorrow you'll be someone's ancestor. You'll be someone's forefather. You'll be someone's foremother. You'll be someone's ancestress. So you have to do right by them. So this is where I stop tonight. This is where I stop tonight. Before I end this video, I'll call out my phone number again. It's 070-305-70506. I'm going to add the, what's in the column, is it zip code or what? +234 70-305-70506. +234 70 305-705-06. That is my phone number. If you have any question based on family causes as it relates to reincarnation, you let me know. I'll still talk about reincarnation and karma. They are all interconnected. If you have any question based on this, I'm open to having them. I'm open to it. Got any question? You're welcome, Sikirat Ibrahim Adedeji. Good evening to you. If you have any question, let me know. I have 1 minute and I'm off your screen. Akpọ fem ka nna achị ka isi azụ. Na-akpọ fem. Kpọfe wenu m erugo ebe anyị na-eje. Okay, Okoro Samuel, you will have to watch this video again, and I said it in between the video. You watch it again, okay? I've talked about seeing yourself in your old house. I've talked about that in a video before. You have to watch the video. Sikirat. Greetings, Omonein Maria Obi. And broke his head and died. Gave birth, and the man came back again to assist her with fresh broken head. Let's see. Yes, I'll post the video. Once I end the video to start afresh, I'll also post on YouTube. I'll also post on YouTube. Zeno Bliss. Alright, so this is where I end the video. You all have a great night. Have a great night. Do the reggae.